welcome. Hope all you guys are doing well. We're heading back south, just leaving Portland right now. Man, a BC preacher almost looks like he knows what goes on around here. Yes, we are heading south, folks. We're going to meet Nola in Medford. Say hello there, grab a bite to eat, and then get on the move to Sacramento. We're going to be covering the Charlie Kirk event tomorrow. It is Charlie Kirk's birthday tomorrow. That is Tuesday, October 14th. So we're just hanging out today. It was a fun time. Good being with the preacher man. I hadn't seen him in a while, so it's fun to be out on the streets doing old school stuff. It was definitely a good time. It was definitely a good time. I think there was a lot of excitement over the weekend. A lot of crazies out there. A different version of Antifa than the Antifa we remember in Portland, like 2017 through 2020. Different version. But needless to say, it was absolutely beautiful. God bless our ICE and our law enforcement, federal law enforcement officials that uphold their oath and protect this country from both enemies, foreign and domestic. And if you break into my house illegally, you are one of my enemies. If you knock on the door and I know who you are, it's a whole different story, guys. We support legal immigration. We always have. A lot of our good friends and partners out there on the roads when we're traveling are legal immigrants. So it's gonna be a fun little journey tomorrow. He says it was good to see you and Quincy together. Yep, he's on his way back home too, I believe. Man, Portland, downtown Portland is just a hellhole. And what I mean is that they've cleaned some of it up, but just the drugs, the homelessness, the mental instability. But once you get outside and you see this greenery and how beautiful it is, it's just incredible. Man, if they could get a good governor here and a good mayor, they could really turn this place around. Really turn this place around. Trina's in the house, Becky Boo's in the house, JH Candy Bar, Saint Fan, Hunter, and OUB in the house. Yeah, what was it? Was it Saturday? Yeah, it was Saturday when I stopped to get pizza before I went down to the ICE facility. I noticed the Oregon Ducks were playing. I'll tell you guys the story. It's been a long time. 15 years ago. Fresno State played the Oregon Ducks at Fresno, and we don't get games like that very often, if you guys know. That was when one of the Carr brothers were quarterback, probably Derek Carr, and I got one of those ducks, those hunting ducks, and I put a noose around its neck and I took it into the stadium. Well, we lost. Needless to say, we lost. I don't think we lost by a lot. I don't remember the score, but I remember I was proud of my boys, the dogs. It's just crazy what those guys got to deal with every day for doing their job, upholding their oath to the Constitution, those federal ICE agents and DHS. I told Quincy, depending on when it was, we could meet back in Portland if they do deploy the National Guard. We don't know if they're going to get more crazy when they deploy the National Guard, or if they're, which I like literally don't understand what the problem with the National Guard is. They're not on the streets arresting people. They're only protecting a federal building. That's it. Don't go onto private property in the federal building and you'll never have to deal with them. Like if you just go along your day, you would never know. Picture of Charlie, yeah, one of my buddies made that. That was an incredible painting. That was an incredible painting. I don't have that kind of talent, let me tell you. I don't have that kind of artistic skills. Pilot, we're gonna get gas while we can. We need gas, guys. I passed up the last one. I was like, oh. We're not gonna pass up this one. Yes, that was when we got home. We actually watched Trump land over there in Israel. That was in me and Quincy were talking about that. I was like, probably one of the most historic things to happen in my lifetime, especially definitely when it comes to the Middle East. You had all the Muslim nations and Arab nations that Trump brought together to make this happen. Just absolutely epic, man. To see the hostages released, to see the family members when they get their first view of someone they haven't seen in over 2 years. Remember, that was October 7th, 2 years ago when that all went down. I'll be right back.
Anything else, sir?
No, I'm fine, thank you. I'm not used to that in California. Someone walk up to your door in California, you're pulling a gun out on them because you're about to get robbed. Let me pull my hat. Go use the restroom really quick while that's pumping. Oh, you know what? I'll wait. I'll wait. let's rock and roll. Let me see if I can fix something really quick. This thing, there we go. Yeah, I had of all things, I had a calzone for breakfast. You ask, a calzone? Yes, thank you for asking. I ran to Costco because I had to get a 2-pack of t-shirts because I was out of shirts, and the shirt that I did have was all gassed and pepper sprayed. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna run to Costco really quick, and we'll go in there and just get a shirt really quick. And then they said new item when I was walking out, calzone. So I was like, you know what, you guys know I love Costco. I was like, I gotta try their calzone. Now it wasn't great, it was good. The only thing they need to do is give you some dipping sauce, some marinara, and it probably would have been like really good for $6.99. You can't beat that. Oh yeah, but that I listened to some of Trump's speech this morning when I woke up. I was like, that's historic. Beep, beep, beep. Julius, hello. Who would have thought? Like, even when he was being elected, running on peace. Yeah, we're out of Portland. We're going back. We got an event tomorrow at the California State Capitol for Charlie Kirk's birthday. And then head home Tuesday night, which is tomorrow night, and see what happens next. It was fun. We had a blast in Portland. Maga Sassy Trip chick, thank you. Kel Sue, huh? Why is this thing working? Post office is at the house. Got a little package. Hopefully it's not ticking. Yeah, I want to thank you all for riding along and being with us over the weekend, sharing out the content, hitting that like button. Helps us grow every time you guys, the Oreo Army helps us out. It building back the platforms we've lost, put it that way. Oh, we're supposed to wear red tomorrow? Man. For honor of Charlie's birthday. I didn't get that memo. I think the shirt's kind of like a beige off green. Maybe if a truck stop has a red long sleeve shirt. I'll be wearing a red hat. It says Trump 2028 on it, so I think I'll be good. So I'd see us going to Huntington Beach tomorrow for Charlie's birthday. That should be a blast. I know it's going to be raining. At least when I looked at the weather last night, it was like 200% chance of rain in Sacramento. But you know how Patriots roll. How about those naked bike riders yesterday? We were laughing about it because right when they come in, it started pouring. I was soaked. My backpack was soaked, and I had an umbrella. I had my rain gear on. But those people, man, look at that. That sign right there. Jesus died so you don't have to. Amen to that. He even died for those people out there being perverts on their bike. Oh, I'm not making no incision on my forehead. I'm lucky I didn't get an incision on my forehead the last couple days. It was a blessing that it was all safe. I mean, there was some times where you thought maybe there was violence out there. Luckily, we weren't part of it. So I didn't tell you why I had to spend money yesterday. So you guys remember Saturday night, so I was carrying a baton, a collapsible baton, so I could pull out and handle business if needed. Because I carry a lot of equipment with us. I mean, I'm doing 2 phone streams at the same time, all that. You got to be prepared. But when they surrounded that one guy that got arrested Saturday night, and when we ran down there and see him still being chased, and that event had gone on for a while, I had walked up to him because I had met him. He seemed like a cool dude, and I still think he's a cool dude. When he walked back down the street, I walked up to him, and I had my baton in my hand, concealed near my jacket. And I was like, hey, brother, I got a baton right here, a collapsible baton. Do you want it in case something goes on? And he said yes. And then like 20 minutes later, Portland PD came and arrested him. So my baton, which it isn't illegal to have a baton, my baton went with him to jail. So yesterday, I was like, I just want to be on the safe side. So I went back to Bass Pro Shops, and they had one there for $54. And I went and bought that baton so I would have that on us in case we had to start swinging it. So that's why I didn't want to say what I had on me while I'm out there. But that was the reason for doing the shopping in the morning is, you know, we always carry pepper spray and stuff like that, but when these people have masks and goggles on, pepper spray doesn't do anything. A baton, a collapsible baton, will do something. So that's what we had to do yesterday. Looking online. Bebo, what's up? Thank you. I'm glad you found the channel too. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate y'all taking time out of your day to watch what we do. Even though this is just a drive and a chat, we do a lot of on-the-ground coverage and different stuff that you won't find on mainstream media. I had so much fun Saturday night. It wasn't even no joke. I was still amped up when I woke up Sunday to watch. How about the bunny? The bunnies went extremely viral off my video. Probably 100 people stole that video and put it out on their platforms. Good for them. And I'm seeing that thing everywhere. I'm even seeing people that didn't know I was down here, that don't do social media, text me a page of somebody else who posted that video, said, did you see this? Oh, Stray Kitten's upset with Julius. Uh-oh. We're gonna have a fight on our hands in the chat. Again, I appreciate you mods. I know when we get a lot of what I call it, so Oreo Army-ish, and I appreciate you guys' patience with them. We can lead them the right way. I'm telling you right now. I told you guys the other day, if you guys would have seen me 6-7 years ago, you would have booted me out of the chat. Every other word was F Antifa, F this. But we're gonna bring those folks to the brighter side. I'm hoping we can get our YouTube channel back, like I've been telling you, our original YouTube channel with, what was it, 69,000 subscribers, and the Accurate News one will go for something totally different than politics. Maybe one of my hobbies, maybe food. I love food. But yeah, man, what a historic deal in Israel. I told Quincy, I don't even know if we understand the depth of all this. I mean, again, we don't know what happens long term. We know there's never going to be world peace. But this could be historic for a lot of people. I mean, it's going to have an impact on regions that we're not even talking about right now. I was telling Quincy about that. If you guys know it, you guys seen the video. If you guys watched the podcast last week, where Caitlin Collins was doing another podcast, and she talks about Trump. And she talks about how everyone dreads going on overseas trip, because she says the man just don't sleep. He's waking up his staffers in the middle of the night. He's always working. And I was thinking about that when he got off the plane, because I don't know what time it was. What time? Like 12, 1 o'clock last night. Our time is when we were watching him on the TV. And I was like, that man, it might have been 6 o'clock in the morning in Israel, but that man probably worked all damn night. Maybe took a little cat nap. Blues Dude's in the house. Aloha. The world, we can't get phone service to go over near mountains. YouTube. I don't know if he does TikTok. I don't think he does. I think he needs to wake up. Reach the younger audience. The bunny video rocked. No lie. Yeah. We were laughing about that. We woke up laughing about that one. Just the way the ears were back, it was like a cartoon in real life. And my commentary on it, I'm trying to get better at not talking so I can post the videos, but I'll give you guys the description of what's going on. But I was like, he gone. Epic Dan, how are you? Just sub to BCP's channel, right on. Enchanted Forest theme park, next exit. Oh, let's go to the Enchanted Forest. Let's go. It was great to see all the Patriots show up yesterday. We were talking about it afterwards. The commies on the other side. You can talk about anybody you want. But the demeanor, and if you notice, it calmed down a lot when the Patriots showed up yesterday. They weren't so emboldened. Because when Portland police pull up, they don't really calm down. They yell at the police. But when the Patriots showed up, it was kind of a different story. It's like daddy's home. Daddy's home. Mind your ass before something happens. Hopefully Portland can get back to, I remember, now they had a I wouldn't say a large group, but a lot of times Patriots traveled into Portland. I know Ben Bergquam did a couple times, and it was violence. It was crazy. I had never seen so many Antifa in one spot in my life. But as the investigation's going on, now that we have a federal government that will prosecute these domestic terrorists, some of them are like, I'm not taking the chance. They're going back, in my opinion, we'll see how true I am, but a lot of those people that would go out and know no matter what violence, they could get away with it, and they wouldn't be caught, or if they were caught, they wouldn't be prosecuted. They're getting a little nervous now that the feds are prosecuting, and they're coming. I've noticed that they're going back to digital warriors. If you remember the cancel culture, if you remember the doxing, all that was the left. And it worked very good. They could find a teacher that says, I'm voting for Donald Trump in November. And they would go through and do backgrounds, find anything they could where she said something that wasn't offensive, and they try to turn it around into offensive. And then what they would get them to do, if they didn't get them fired, they would silence them. And that's what their goal is. They want MAGA and pro-American people to seem like the extreme minority. And that's why Trump was really big in 2016. Throughout his presidency, people that originally supported him stopped publicly supporting him. And then after the last 4 years of Biden, I think people got really sick and tired of it and said, I'm done. Do what you want to do. But the truth is now those people are finally emboldened to say, you know what? We have a First Amendment right for a reason. You're not going to shut me up. And we're seeing a lot more of that as well. Yeah, so the guy that got assaulted with that video is crazy. The dude that gets sucker punched from the side and literally, I think his head hit the curb. We filmed him when Portland police were talking to him. He ended up going to the hospital in the ambulance, and then the Portland police show up to the hospital and cite him. Now, I can promise you, I'm not sure of this. I will check all this stuff when we have time, but I'm sure the person, they haven't even looked for the person that did that, even though we put pictures up on the internet. Yeah, he had a rock. Dude that got him had a rock. His lip was cut, his gums were bleeding. It's all on the live stream from that night. maybe get them on the podcast. Yeah, but it was great to see a lot of those old Patriots that I used to see when we were in Portland back in 2016, 2017, still coming out last night. Oh, they left before I took off. They were gone before us. We stayed after the Patriots last night. We didn't leave too much longer after because you just had like the annoying, very similar to Anarchy Princess just screaming through a megaphone, accusing everybody of rape and all this, and it's like, okay, this is all it is. And we went down the street, we ate, so I drove back by 45 minutes later, and there was just a few inflatables. I started watching the live streams when we got to the hotel, and it was nothing worth staying for. Trust me, if it would have been when I drove back by, I would have just parked the car and got back out and started streaming again. Those, and I figured, I told you guys there would be a surprise, and then you guys got to see that on, when you seen, what was it, about 200 Antifa or leftist communists marching. I started hearing it and I was like, oh, here they come, and we ran out to the middle of the street to show you guys, and then the naked bikers. I tell y'all, I might be naked at home, but I just don't know the urge to go out in public. Horrence, yeah, we invited him to dinner the other night. He was gonna, he's got my number. He said he would start sending me videos because he might be going to another place. He seemed like, I call him a kid, seemed like a cool kid. He's younger. Look at this scenery, guys. I tell you what, it was definitely worth the trip. 12 hours here from Saturday night's coverage. When they went down the street, we even got Como Chingas, our good buddy that makes the crosses. I got him a little souvenir of a tear gas canister. He's been asking me for one a long time. Those things are like collectibles out there. They fire off like 10 of them, and you got to run through there and grab it while it's hot. Also got one of their shell casings for that explosion you hear. I love it when they start using they need something bigger than those pepper balls though, but it's funny when they aim and they're hitting people in the head that aren't listening. Shows I'm going to end up in Medford at 3:15 right now, and I'll probably, I don't know, I don't think I'll have to stop for anything, so 3:15. What's the speed limit here? 65, I'm doing 70. nobody's deleting your comment. I don't even think there's a mod in there, dude. I don't see a mod in there. So nobody's deleting your comment. I'm not. Yeah, trust me. We don't just delete comments unless it's very, very vulgar. There's another Toyota 4Runner, right? I'm telling you, you see a lot of those around here. I would love to have that as, especially if we won't have to do Proud to Be an American. That's cool. Would have been nice to have that work in the border. But I'll tell you what, the Speedwagon went places that no other four-cylinder has ever been before. I think you guys know that. Golfing Guns with the super chat for gas money. Thank you, Golfing Guns. Appreciate you. Looks like we're going through a little buffer zone right now. Gandalf, Josh, what's happening in Sacramento? So in Sacramento, and thank you for that Rumble rant. In Sacramento, they are doing, let me pull up the flyer really quick. Oh, it's not on this phone. Let me pull up the website really quick. Give me 1 second. I don't want their Facebook. There's an event for Charlie Kirk's birthday. They should have this on there. They did something, let's see. October 14th, celebrate Charlie's birthday at Capitol Mall, 9 a.m. to noon. And before that, I believe they're meeting together and they're gonna do a Kurt train into the Capitol. So we're gonna be covering that live for you in Sacramento, and then after that we're gonna be heading out back home. And we extended the rental car yesterday, so we got to return it Wednesday instead of Tuesday. So we're good there, and why is this dude flashing his lights? Is there a cop up there or something? I'm going back and down a little. He was honking and flashing his lights. Gandalf, and then again, yeah, Golfing Guns, thank you so much for the gas money on the super chat. We can't do any of this without our team. Thank you. Yeah, he was flashing his lights, and the car's not on fire. That making me nervous now. I backed it down to the speed limit just in case he was warning us about a speed trap ahead. Check their X page if they have some. Yeah, they gotta start posting on here more. They gotta make their presence be known. But yeah, so that's what's going on at the state capitol in Gandalf. Thank you so much for the Rumble rant. We appreciate you guys. That's the only hiccup we really had. Well, we had two, if you guys want to make fun of me. When we were going back to the car last night, by the Tesla dealership, there's two parking lots that are empty. And it's not like a two-story. It's where one's at a lower level, and then you can drive up this hill and go to the top one. Well, the first night I was there, I was at the lower one. It was where Portland police were staging. So I thought, hey, this is a safe place to park. And then the second night, I did the upper level. Well, last night, I forgot that I did the lower level, and me and Quincy are walking back. I was like, all right, I'm going to go take off my rain stuff, and I'll meet you around. And I go up to the upper level, and there is not one single car there. And I'm hitting the alarm button. I'm like, wait. I was like, damn it, they towed my car. And I was like, let me just, like, kind of in shock. I was like, let me look again. And I'm looking, there's no cars except at the end there was two cars parked. So I walked down to the end just to make sure that, hey, maybe I did park way over here. And I'm like, Quincy, as I'm walking back down the hill, they towed my car, bro. And he's like, nuh-uh. And I was like, yeah. And then I look at the lower level and it's behind a bigger car. You couldn't see it. And I was like, oh, thank Lord, man. Because, you know, if it happens, it happens. I don't want to spend, obviously, you don't want to waste the money on something like that. And everybody I talked to down there, I talked to people that had been going down there since the protest was going on. Even Ben told me to park there and that he didn't have a problem there. And so... but that was kind of funny. It was a relief when I finally got to my car. And it was just absolutely epic. And I did get the email back from Assurion, the insurance company, for the phone that I ran over. It's amazing that it's not totaled. I could still use it to talk. I could still use it for some of the things. The volume's messed up. It's bent. The camera... one of the cameras is broken, or the lenses, but they got back to me. What was it, Assurion? Hold on. They put claim in. Is ready to ship. So it's going to be $275, which was a lot less expensive at first. I didn't think that I had insurance on that one because the phone that I'm using right now, I don't have insurance on that one. And it was just another monthly bill that we couldn't do at the time. And so they are getting the phone ready to ship. And it probably will be at the house by the end of this week, so which is good because that was a brand new phone, iPhone 17 Pro Max, and much better having insurance than having to either probably not have a phone through AT&T until we save up the money to buy one, and those things are like $1,300 after tax. So it sucks it happened. But we were blessed that we had insurance, and now we'll pay the $250, $275, whatever it is, and we will get that phone going this week. Yeah, that was a gut one, because I was like, until I got back to the hotel and I started logging into AT&T and then realized that I pay for the insurance, I was like, oh, thank God. And it's funny, you have to fill out the claim and tell them how it happened, and I was like, plain and simple, I ran it over. And I'm sure they get that a lot. People drop their phones out of their pockets. That's why I always make sure I don't put my phones in my hoodie, especially when I might have to run because something's going on. We might have to. Yeah, that happened to the sunglasses. Matt was with me. That stupid person pulled that crap at the gas station, and I leaned over. The glasses fell, I didn't hear it, and I ran him over. That was a bummer. That was when me and Matt were covering the border. MAGA Warriors, miss you since Butler, Josh. Yes, MAGA Warriors, how are you? Butler, Pennsylvania. That was some good times. Defining moment in the presidency. Lucky for me, the price covered the... I fell asleep, took them off, and laid them on the floor. Lucky for me, the price covered replacement insurance. That was good, yeah. Yeah, my son had to get another phone about 8-9 months ago. And it was an older iPhone. His was $100 or $150 deductible. But since iPhone 17 is a new phone, and I just love that camera, especially for what we do. We're getting like quality video from the iPhone 17 Plus that we would get with my production camera, my Canon production camera that costs $2,400 that I don't use very often because can't live stream from it. I do events and record events. Matt is in our Rumble chat. Rumble is our main platform, so a lot of times we don't go live, especially when it's controversial topics, when we're doing a lot of like heavy hardcore protests, especially when it has Oreo Express on Rumble. There's 106 of them in there right now. That is our main platform. That is where we do all podcasts. We do 2 podcasts a day when we are in the studio, usually at 10 a.m. Pacific and 3 o'clock Pacific time. And there's a lot of stuff that we can't cover on certain platforms, so we do them all on Rumble. So if you haven't followed us on Rumble, please do turn on your notifications. Rumble was there for us when nobody else was. Old Uncle Bill, thank you for the Zelle donation. We appreciate you, Old Uncle Bill. You rock. I appreciate you more than you know, brother. I got through that whole weekend only cussing twice. I think one was because I got an explosion right next to me. And the other was that dude last night that tried to move my camera out of the way when I was filming. It's not bad because we had like, I don't know what, 16, 20 hours of live streaming easily. Got to meet Renee on the way up here. Meet her up with her and her grandson for some in and out. That was cool to see some great Army folks. Oreo Army. I think Wednesday. And we've been working almost every day one way or another. I'm trying to think. I think the only day I did take, last Friday I did a show, but I didn't do a second show. Saturday I did nothing. Sunday I did a show. I think we might only do one show on Wednesday. I got a lot of stuff to catch up on. Anything in the world. All those videos going around of those people sobbing, man, in Israel, the hostages being returned. It's just epic. Trump said that peace deal took 3,000 years and it's gonna hold up. I pray for peace, man. Oh, how about this, guys? You remember this? On The View, Alyssa Farah. I want to play something in the background. She's going to have to do this. Are you guys ready? Why is it not? Okay. Oh, I got to do something. You guys are gonna love this, especially my View fans. Check this out. I don't know why. There, let me turn it off there. Okay, here we go, guys.
It's every single thing a 5-alarm fire. If he does good, if he gets the Israeli hostages out, I promise I will wear a MAGA hat for one day on the show and say, thank you for doing it. And then she'll knock it right off my head. But like, you have to be able to cheer for wins when they happen and then call out relentlessly the wrongdoing.
She says she's gonna wear a shoe. She said that months ago. If Trump can get that out, I'll wear a MAGA hat. Well, I haven't seen if she wore one yet, but I don't think she has. That's gonna go back and bite her. When's she gonna wear the hat? Gonna be this week? I'm ready for her to wear that. Yeah, Southern made her TJ's the time to do the chores before the rain. I was reading up on that. Should get a pretty decent storm this early in the season, which is good news for California. Stuff that we can't cover on certain. Refresh the stream. I'll be right back.